Every damn day.
Hello, everyone. It's Jerry at the Fledge, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 15 of Every Damn Day. And I just want to give a quick shout out to the AmeriCorps kids and the Ingham County Health District for doing a basic necessities drive today. It's happening until 3 o'clock. If you can't get here quite at 3 o'clock, that's all right. We'll be around for a little bit and take some more donations, but anything, food, masks, cleaning supplies, all of that type of thing is welcome today. So come out and give if you can. People are struggling and they need some help. And if we can help them as a community, that sounds just great to me. But enough about that. I am so excited to have my next guest on, our great friend Samskee. What's up, man?
Nothing much. Just another Saturday in Lansing on the South Side.
Yeah, you're in your South Side studio?
Indeed I am.
Do you have a name for your studio?
One person called it Samskee's Art Shed when he was trying to live in here. So we'll go with Samskee's Art Shed for now. But
all right. That sounds good to me.
Workshop out here.
And, sometimes I use your mural that you painted outside of the Fledge to promote Every Damn Day. But if you've ever driven by the Fledge and you see the mural of the big purple dog and it says Every Damn Day right there,
that's my person.
And we love that. I think that added so much to the facade. You gave us a facade grant.
Yeah, basically, it was a fun day of painting for sure.
That was we love that painting.
Falling into the raspberry bushes.
Did you get scratched up a little bit?
A little bit, but it was fun.
Yeah, we love it. Thank you for doing that. So we're going to jump into you, and I'm just going to ask a very simple question. What's your story, man?
From the South Side of Lansing, still live on the South Side. I own my own place down in Churchill Downs. Pretty much grew up around here, went to Everett, graduated from Okemos because Everett's Orchestra did some funky stuff one time at festival, and I was like, oh, that's cheating. I'm going to go to a better orchestra. And through Orchestra, I found art. Like, I saw graffiti everywhere in Europe when I went with Blue Lake in 11th grade, which was 2003, almost 20 years ago. So, yeah.
Did you draw or paint or
snowballed into
Did you draw or paint or anything before that?
Not really. It was really bad drawings. Like, there's a Spanish teacher in town, Mr. Slice, and I used to do like vocabulary word sentences and little drawings, but it was like really, really bad, like pretty much your typical like 10-year-old level drawing, and I was like 15. But discovering graffiti, it was like, here's all these rules, make letters. The letters have to look like letters. And from there, it's like, learned how to do 3D perspective. And then people are like, you only do graffiti. And I'm like, yeah. So I started doing other things. And my dog Harvey was like kind of the stepping stone into like more realism than your typical cartoony rap letters.
Yeah. And Harvey's the dog that's on the side of the building, right?
Yep. He's also on the side of my workshop as well. He's fun subject matter. I should probably give love to my two other dogs, Gilly and Dexter, but Harvey's just prettier than them.
So you went to school for this, yeah?
Yep. Went to Kendall College of Art and Design in Grand Rapids.
Did you live in Did you live in Grand Rapids at the time?
Yep. Lived in Heritage Hill, on the west side for a second. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a hip-ish town, you know. It was really becoming gentrified in the times that I was living there. Like, Grand Rapids is a different planet, just like Detroit is now. Like, I go back and I'm like, wow, everything's really nice and new here. Oh. been nice if this was around when I was here. Like,
Yeah.
but
I lived up in Heritage Hill for the first year I lived in Grand Rapids. Then I moved to Benjamin and Wealthy, which is super gentrified right now,
yeah,
because it was still a pretty predominantly black neighborhood when I lived
yeah,
there.
for
And
sure.
I kind of liked it the old way better.
Yeah. Well, there's like still pockets of like, not your tapas and your fancy vegan sandwiches places. It's like Grand Rapids is way larger than Lansing, so it's like it's kind of interesting to watch, like towns like Grand Rapids flourish as opposed to Lansing, which there's no huge private donors like the DeVosses, the Van Andels, Dutch people in
We
Lansing.
need
So
to we need to start an Amway or something here.
yeah, right. I mean, that's lost to come in here. No, but
So, so graffiti, and I don't know how to ask this question without you, you know, admitting to a felony or something like that. But do you
yeah.
sneak around and do graffiti, or is it all
I used to do
pretty?
it way more than now. Like I've had a couple instances where I've painted something, and like somebody in the Old Town Commercial Association was like, "That's Samskee," and the Jazz Fest Blues Fest mural in that one alley was pretty much sparked by the actions of myself and another street artist, Morley, who was invited by Reach, and so it
Hmm.
was like they got a Reach mural out of it, so it was fun. We had breakfast at the Golden Harvest, and that was
Yeah,
before I worked there. Probably, yeah, it was like almost 8 years ago, eons ago now.
yeah.
But I was working in IT, and then I left working in IT because there's only so much stress one person can handle in their lifetime, and that was it for me. I was a rageaholic. I was probably the biggest jerk Lansing's ever seen on the internet during those times, but third shift, you get out of work at 8 a.m. Everybody's going to work at 8 a.m. And I'm just four locoing it up and just, oh, that's stupid. Everybody's done that before. Whoops.
So it was during your did we say liquid web? We can say that, right?
Haven't
Um,
mentioned Liquid Web yet, but yeah, worked at Liquid Web for about 4 or 5 years. And then another company, Rocket Fuel, which is a different name now. It's not Seismic anymore, but that's your general like ad serving company that puts the tracking pixel on your browser, and it gives corporations a nice little bulleted list of where their customers go for their own
uh-huh.
I don't know gain. It's
Yeah.
definitely data corporations use like traffic
Super,
patterns.
super predatory.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
like, oh,
It,
Chase Bank is the biggest customer. Ooh.
it was during your liquid web days that you and I met. You
Oh
showed
yeah,
up in the middle of the night at the old Fledge. I
I
think
remember.
Miles was prodding you along, and you made just a kick-ass UFO
Yep.
uh, uh, mural in
Michael,
that spot. And was I not supposed to? Did I just
oh,
sock shoot?
whoa. Ooh, no. Yeah, UFO's my graffiti name. It's pretty much all over the place in my workshop, even though the backboard over here says ballin'. But yeah, that's generally the name I write around town. I used to paint a lot more around town when the old abandoned GM factories still had like large concrete foundations. That was a super cool spot to explore and paint. Same with the downtown YMCA, which is now fancy apartments downtown, like right behind the courthouse. So
Yeah.
that was like 7 stories of just walls. Practice. It's nice.
And you had that motel on the
Oh
corner
yeah,
of
the first,
Washington.
yeah, the what was it, Deluxe Inn. I got caught painting in East Lansing underneath the Grand River Bridge over by Foods for Living, and I had a couple friends at the time that were working with the Land Bank and LEAP, Joe Manzella being one of them. And I was like, "Hey Joe, I kind of got in some trouble. Anybody who wants a free mural?" Week later, he was like, "How about an entire motel?" I was like, "Let me call some people." Hello. And a bunch of people from Detroit, Chicago, all around came in, and even the locals could paint. Like, never spray painted before? Give it a try. It's fun. And so families were out there, 4-year-olds just holding a spray can, like, it was great.
So are there, well, let me ask you this. What's the most trouble you've ever gotten in? Have you ever gone to jail or anything?
No. I kind of skirt around that. Maybe it's because, I'm transgender, but hopefully not. But when, my ID is checked, it's like, oh, this is a lady's name. And they start like fumbling my ID around, and they're like, I mean, most of my stuff isn't your general vandalism that's like scratches on the wall that, Joni loves Chachi, or, you're this person or that. It's generally, full letters with some wild psychedelic fill. And I've had a lot of cops just be like, go, get out of here.
We don't want to deal with you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, some people aren't so lucky. And I've known a lot of people who have gotten felonies. I mean, just painting in East Lansing's a worse offense than painting in Lansing. But you get to be 35 years old and everybody knows you. Kind of choose your battles. Maybe I'll go somewhere like out in the middle of nowhere and just, find a wall to paint. Yeah. And that works out for me.
There was a guy hanging around the Fledge in Grand Ledge that was like 70 years old, and he was a ex-director of Michigan Department of Science.
No, did you? Are we good here? Ooh, let me screen cap that. That's fun.
We are good.
All right.
Oh, that?
Oh no, you
screen capturing.
You're just like this.
Yeah, I didn't. I don't know if it was on your side or my side, but I think we're back now.
All right.
But anyways, this guy would break it, or he would jump the fence to all these train yards, I guess, and take photos of
people. Get on the Homeland Security list for that one.
Yeah, he got in a lot of trouble for that in his 70s.
Federal property. Yeah. I've known people who've gone to like Jackson Prison for just getting caught painting trains, and it wasn't like, they had the, a photo album of all the times they painted in the yard. It was just, yeah, it's federal property. It's a super, big deal to get caught in a train yard. It's not fun. If you get caught by a bull, you'll get your ass beat. It's, yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Like the rail security, they're ferocious.
Yeah.
They're running high.
So how do you make a living? Do you?
Ooh. Well, by the generous sponsorship of my girlfriend and my family right now. I've been trying to do this artist thing for about 10 months now, and jobs are, they've been plentiful, they've been sparse, there's not like a solid docket of, things to do right now. My to-do list is clear minus some inspirational phrases on some canvases for my mom's friend, but yeah, right now it's been cold season, so I'm just waiting for the spring to come around, and hopefully more murals will pop up. Hopefully the Golden Harvest will open up, like for some, just odd work to do. I love cooking for them. Hopefully, the roof is fixed. We've got like outdoor patio seating for the middle of winter.
Did they get the roof fixed?
Absolutely did. And also the kind of caving in ceiling in the dining room that was worrisome has been all fixed. Like, it looks great inside. We just need to open the damn thing.
Do hippies still have to use the back door?
Oh yeah, it's preferred, but you can barge in the front door if you'd like. Might have to do a bubble at the back door though. It's kind of the doorman back there.
So you did the mural on South Washington of, oh man, I want to say Leroy's, but I don't think that's the name of that store.
Oh, Louis.
Louis.
Oh yeah, Louis is a great place. I highly recommend it. um, the family that runs it, their son George, who's I would say maybe 30 now. He's a super cool guy. He was always trying to do new things, and he was like, "You want to paint the outside of this place?" I'm like, "Well, I come here often enough. Why not?" And so he let me have free reign to, paint wherever I wanted. So I went with my wild patterns, and yeah, I like driving.
Like it.
It's kind of like
I drive by a lot and see it.
Oh yeah.
So what do you want to tell us about? What do you want to tell us about Samskee? And you're a graphic designer. You're not just a hack that's out there. Like I'm a hack when it comes to podcasts, right? You're trained. You have a mission. You love our city, I think.
I totally do. Throughout last summer, when I was just holed up in my shop at, it was 100 degrees in here. At one point, my roof was kind of caving in. My friend Chris from Grand Rapids came in and did a lovely job on my ceiling. He actually painted the piece right above me, like right here. It's like, who is it? It's like some dude from Halo and Mega Man. I don't know. I'm terrible with video games. I worked in IT. I don't know how to play video games. But I mean, I've been doing a lot of Lansing-centric art, especially, shouts out to the South Side and even the North Side because I drew this on my shirt. Like I've been painting on plexiglass. Like this is probably one of my more favorite pieces on plexi. Fingerprint fashion. If you've not been to the store on the South Side, they sell pretty much what you would buy in 2008 at the liquor store if you wanted really cool fashion. They still have it in bulk. You can get your Jabot jeans. You can get your fake Bapes. I think you could probably get fake Forces in there, but it's a great place.
Where's that at on the South Side?
It's Homes in Pleasant Grove in the shopping plaza. There's Vaughn's Liquor Store. I think a car club. Then it's Fingerprint Fashion, True Styles and Fades, and what used to be It's Slappin'. I never went to It's Slappin'. I'm kind of sad about it.
I never went there either.
They had pork chop day, or lamb chop day, and I was like, oh man, that sounds delicious. Never made it for lamb chop day.
So right now, I think you did some custom work for a motorcycle club. Can I talk about that? Or
absolutely, yeah. The Hood Riders.
Or can you talk about it?
Pretty much my friend has a tattoo shop up on the north side on Cesar Chavez / Grand River. And he rented out the other space of his building to this motorcycle club, the Hood Riders. And I made some signage for them. And that was darn fun.
And now are you an honorary member? You can go into their...
I don't know. Maybe they'll let me party a couple times. That would be fun.
Yeah. I always like the motorcycle club, and I'm glad that they haven't been pushed out in Rio Town there. They have a sign that says, if you don't know if you're welcome, you're not.
Yeah.
I forget what they're called, but they're right in the middle of everything popping now.
Oh, yeah. There's quite a few motorcycle clubs around Rio Town. It's kind of interesting, They've got their pretty little jackets and everything. I mean, those embroidered patches are dang cool, like, for the graphics of the Hood Riders sign. I pretty much had to take a picture of the back of the jacket, and there's no digital file or anything to do it, accurately, because it's signage. And so pretty much I hand rendered out most all of that logo digitally and then projected it, and big long process, but it was worth it. Decent portfolio piece to be like, look, I do signage now too. Signage and some of the best graffiti in the area. because
You,
great work around here.
I came to visit you in the summer. I think last summer or the summer, I don't know. Time's kind of gone
Oh
by so weird. I was at your house, and you
yeah.
have art everywhere.
Oh yeah, but I try not to put my own art in my house because
Right.
that's just start like looking around and it's like you should get back to work. Look at that. I remember when you were working, but I really do like collecting art and goofy pieces and stuff. It's like pretty much bought my forever home on the South Side. I love the area. Like done a lot of research on my neighborhood, Churchill Downs. Churchill Downs used to be like a smattering of neighborhoods mashed together, but now it's just general Churchill Downs. But there was Arrowhead Manor, Blueberry Hill, Concord Green, all these different neighborhoods, and they all had like specific logos. And yeah, that kind of stuff, I could research it for hours and hours. Time waster.
When I was a kid, Churchill Downs was just a really small, like new subdivision.
Oh yeah.
And then people say they live in Churchill Downs, and it confuses me because it's so much bigger than what I remember it being.
It started, off of Jolly, and now it's, spread out to homes. And because it was a mishmash of a bunch of different neighborhoods being built around an abandoned airstrip, and also there's the old New York Central like rail line that went all the way to Waverly that actually terminates at Holmes now. But yeah, there's a lot of weird infrastructure just blasting through this neighborhood that nobody really knows about.
Yeah, I love the South Side. I'm a South Sider too. I grew up on the South Side. And I don't know, I just love it. It's so what, I don't know, I want to pull something out of you. I don't know what, like gun violence, man. What's going on? What are your thoughts?
Damn kids need to, I don't know where they're getting the guns. Actually, they break into houses. I don't know of any, young kids who can go into a gun store, go into like not just guns and be like, I'm registering this gun, I've got the clearance. Ooh. No, like it's all hot guns. And I mean, a lot of these kids, the role models aren't really there. Their parents could give half a shit, like it's a sad thing because I mean, when I was a teenager, my friends were having kids, and it's like, okay, so kids are having kids, and this is like the third generation around, and it's like, ooh, man, 13 is an adult or something over here because these kids are stealing cars and driving around, and they're like, oh, look, you start clicking around, when you see like a crime, and it's like, oh, wow, this kid is holding up a bottle of Hennessy and smoking a huge blunt. I didn't do that at, insert age here, but then again, I was kind of boring. But I mean, it's strange because it's happening all around, especially the South Side. And it's like, is there a correlation? Because nothing's getting solved. What's up with that? Everybody knows everybody. Everybody talks, but nobody's talking about that. And I hope I don't get shot at for saying stuff like that because everybody should be talking. Well, yeah.
No, I don't think you will, but we'll get off that subject for a second.
Yeah, over the summer I heard like gunshots every night, and it was like, what was that? Turn on the scanner. It was like, no report of it. It's weird.
Yeah. There was a lag in 2021 when so much was happening and none of our leaders were talking about it at all. Even like the press wasn't covering everything.
Like on beach. I'm like, can't go swimming there. It's like, look at the shuffleboard court, and I'm like, man, kids don't even play shuffleboard. You just created something that like the youth of Lansing probably will never learn how to do. Yeah. I mean, most likely, if I see kids shuffleboarding, I'll be like, well, you got me there. But I don't know.
I don't understand that development. I hope it works out for somebody. Okay, I don't know.
They're just
I
gonna
like the
eventually build a concrete city market replica right there. They're gonna take out, the apartment building. They're just gonna put the old city market there, but it's gonna be like 60 years from now, and it's gonna be you're gonna be too old to enjoy it.
I used to go to the old city market with my grandfather every weekend, and I'm so pissed it doesn't exist because that was a real market. That
Exactly.
had a vibe. It was awesome.
Go jump on the scale. Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. See,
Yeah, it
we
was a
know
cool
what we're talking
place.
about.
And now it's like, if you want to go to anything like the city market, it's like some overpriced boutique, and I'm like, man, these spices are $38. Got a nice jar though. Well, packaging's fantastic, but wow, that's a lot. But I mean, I try to support local companies, and especially, the artisan companies that are just like, wow, this is expensive. Let's buy it. I try to shop local and stuff and really support local businesses more than, your Applebee's and your Walmarts. But yeah, I mean, I wish Lansing would start, embracing the locals more. And I think they're
I did,
really trying to, but it's in a really weird way for, General
what?
Samskee down on the south side.
Yeah. What's that weirdness to you? Because I have an opinion about it.
I'm just like, well, you tried. Try again. I
Yeah.
mean, how many times could they try and me be like, oh, not again? I mean, one of these times it's going to snap, and I'm just going to, bust out the golf clap and be like, you figured it out, but God knows when that's going to happen.
So the smokestacks, love them or hate them?
I actually have a T-shirt design that's like a haiku, and it's like wayfinding landmark, such beauty, such tall. I mean, it's a nice wayfinding landmark, but it's kind of like a sad little dystopian icon too. It's like, oh yeah, look at that, cool
I did
technology. Ooh.
I did a TikTok saying how much I fucking hate them, and people went ape shit at me, man.
Oh yeah.
They wanted to fight me over it, and it was
I
just
mean,
so.
if they had worked a day in the Eckert plant, my dad got a sheet of drywall dropped on him when he was a temp working at that power plant, and that place is not a nice place to work. It'll age you. He knew people in their early 40s that were like all white hair, and like they were elderly by the early 40s, and yeah, that power plant is gnarly inside. Like, learn some
Do you
cool
ever
stuff.
have
Odd
you ever
job.
have dreams of wanting to paint the smokestacks?
No, fall off, like, or somebody be like, "Hey, you," and be like, "Definite felony." Messing with any sort of infrastructure is a definite like. MSP will be like, "You're done. Come with us." So yeah, I don't mess with that. I don't mess with centers of religion or anything. Public buildings. Like, give me a nice old crusty abandoned building. Give me some extra mold on the side. Perfect. I'll go paint it. Or better yet, pay me for a mural. It's pretty.
So that leads right into what I wanted to ask you. How can we, as a community, support you better? Hire you for murals, buy some of your art.
Yeah, buy some of my art. I've got a workshop full of it. Behind in front of the wall of shame, I've got all these pieces. There's probably about like 100-ish over there, and there's even a box over here. Like, I come stacked with lots of art. These are actually completed pieces and scrap pieces of vinyl. Here comes Jen.
Oh, hello.
Hi, Jen.
Hi.
This is Jen. She's leaving now.
So when's the next pop-up you're going to be at?
Hopefully with the Golden Harvest restaurant. Currently, our dishwasher machine and oven are in bad shape, and that's really keeping the place from opening. So
Mm.
I might do a small little impromptu thingy up there, which is basically like walk through the diner, get the hell out, you touch, you buy. There's COVID everywhere. Like, ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably the next thing will be up at the diner. I might try to redo the mural on the side sometime this spring when it's not frigid. It's cold in here, so drink the frozen drink.
Can people find information on how to get a commission from you or hire you for a commission, or is your art listed on samskee.com?
Well, not individual pieces are on samskee.com. I do have an online shop, but it's got like 3 things in it right now, and I should probably throw a link on my site, but I think it's everyoneloves.samskee.com, and yeah, I think you can buy a piece of cardboard for $6 on there. Pretty cool.
Piece of cardboard for $6?
Yeah, you can contact me through my website or even on Facebook through Samskee, Lansing's most unprofessional artist, which is just a joke. Pretty professional.
I think when I posted that this morning, people thought I was saying that and didn't quite pick up that was your link. So
it's blue. It's all there.
The part I posted was, I think you're a badass. I think you are good for our city. I think you keep us in check.
I kind of question things around here. I mean, it's my hometown. I've got to do something to keep it from being lame. You know, I've got this mortgage, so I'm here for a while, paying the taxes. I want some cool stuff for myself. But I make do. There's a lot of cool stuff, you know, new businesses popping up all the time, like especially these like grocery stores that are popping up on Cedars. Like, give me all of the shawarmas, you know, like
I know it. That is one good thing about Lansing is we do maintain our diversity, and we do have a lot to pick from.
And I'm always hungry.
So did we forget to talk about anything that you wanted to talk about as we kind of wrap up here?
Oh, no. Hire me for things. I'm bored. I'm at my house. I'm basically watching dogs all day or going and visiting my parents daily because they're old now. So gotta make sure they don't like slip or fall, or if they need their vices, I'm there for them. They've got that.
And again, you know, if you want a quick sample, if you know the Fledge, you want a quick sample of Samskee's work, it's on the outside there. It's the Every Damn Day with the big purple dog that I can't even remember a time it wasn't there now. It seems so natural to be part of this.
It was, and it went up so quickly, too. It was like, I mean, for being on a ladder, that size of mural is like, what, 5 hours or so?
Yeah, I couldn't believe you finished it like that.
And especially with
that
amazing format, too, where I did all those little characters and hieroglyphics. That way to pretty much get your sizing right digitally for murals is like, it was a game changer for me, like learning that. It's like, there's always something new to learn with art, and that's probably why I've stuck with it for so long.
Yeah. Well, anything else?
No.
All right. Well, it's
thank you for having me.
Oh, of course. I've wanted to have you on the show for so long, and I'm glad that we finally got this done. And I'm not doing like I did last year where every guest has to be unique. So maybe as you got things coming up, if you want to jump back on again, we could talk about that or anything, man. You're welcome anytime around here.
Yeah, hopefully with the diner opening up, should do something, you know, on Vanessa or whatnot.
I need some hippie hash.
Oh, no. You gotta have the biscuits and gravy.
I don't eat that. I don't eat sausage.
But you can have the biscuits, and the biscuits are dank.
The biscuits are dank.
I'll make you a vegetarian version.
Okay, I'm in. And Golden Harvest is a staple like I think you are, whether you recognize that or not.
And
I
also,
think Lansing without Samskee would be lame.
Yeah, and also the stuff installed on the exterior is done by Tom Sheeran, another local artist. He works with like scrap metal stuff. He welds a lot of cool things together. Yeah,
All right, man.
yeah. Thanks
Well,
for having me again.
you're welcome. And that's a wrap. We'll see you tomorrow on Every Damn Day. And thank you so much, Samskee. And please keep pushing us, man. Keep asking us these tough questions that you love to ask so much. We appreciate it a lot.
On these internets.
Yeah.
Especially
Much
now
love to you,
that
Samskee.
get quarantined or whatever. But yeah, take it easy. Buy my murals.
Right. Yeah.
Love
And
y'all.
check out his website. Hire Samskee for something. We don't need to bring people in from all over the world to paint murals under our stacks.
It's nice to meet some new friends and, say, hey, somebody from, X, Y, and Z came to Lansing, Michigan and painted something. But then again, Leonardo DiCaprio could say, I'm in Lansing, Michigan. So,
don't look up,
everywhere.
man. Just don't look up and you'll never see those stacks again.
Yeah, they didn't show the stacks blowing up in the movie. That not accurate. All
All right, man. Much love, everyone. We'll see you all tomorrow.